Hello, my name is Simon Anderson, and I'm the Business Development Manager at Adamex. On behalf of Adamex and Kiloview, I'd like to thank you for taking the time out of your schedules to be with us today. I'm the main contact at Adamex, and if you have any questions at all, or if you need any information or need to follow up for any reason, please contact me. Where do you get Kiloview product pricing and where do you purchase from? Adamex is the proud distributor in Australia and New Zealand of Kiloview and a number of our other leading brands. We were awarded Kiloview's Distributor of the Year in 2022. You can buy our products through our skilled and specialized dealers throughout the region, a number of whom are with us today. We provide local stock, warranty, support, and marketing for the products we distribute. You can easily find the dealers that we recommend for each of the brands we represent, including Kiloview, using the Where to Buy function on our website. You can also find product information and recommended retail pricing on our website with a Where to Buy button on each product page. Of course, we're more than happy to help you with any questions or concerns and help you find the best dealer for you. So please get in touch. So let's get to the meat of the webinar. Kiloview are at the forefront of IP over video. Their mantra is any in, any out, anywhere. And they are the manufacturer to watch. We have a team of in-house engineers who implement a program of research and development, producing a steady stream, no pun intended, of new products. At the recent NAB show in Las Vegas in April, they announced their latest product, the P3 Portable 5G Bonding Streaming Encoder. It is now my great pleasure to welcome Judy Zuo to the webinar. Judy has extensive experience with over 15 years working in sales and marketing with both a degree in international economics and trade, plus an MBA. As the Vice President of Kiloview, she focuses on developing business for Kiloview solutions, brand building, and building customer relationships and distribution channels. Judy has a deep insight into developing IP delivery market gained while working with Kiloview to deliver high quality, cost-effective products to the market and to help customers in different industries to do streaming, production, or transmission anytime, anywhere with any input or output. Her extensive experience in our industry represents a great opportunity for you to learn about the technologies. Over to Judy.
Hi, everyone. This is Judy from Kiloview. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm going to share my screen and to start my presentation. So actually, the presentation for today is talking about IP video workflow. So as you all know, Kiloview is an IP-based video transmission solution provider. So all the Kiloview products, solutions are all around IP, and even ever since Kiloview was established, we're all working around IP because we definitely believe IP is the future. So actually in the past few years, you probably can agree with us because we can definitely see, especially during the COVID period, IP is everywhere. And gradually everyone is just changing the mind to embrace IP because of the flexibility, because of it's easy to set up, because it's lower cost, while the quality is as good as the traditional workflows. And in the past NAB show last month, actually, I think everywhere is around IP, and even right now, I think cloud-based production, cloud-based transmission, and everything is also based on cloud. So when talking about cloud technologies, then of course IP is always the fundamental parts. And with the development of IP, then definitely in our industry for AV over IP, then we can see quite a lot of different technologies like NDI, like SRT, and even in the recent 2 years, we can hear Denti AV and SMPT 2110 is also, kind to be more popular. So actually, currently, as we know, Kiloview has quite a lot of solutions around NDI, while at the same time, we also have SRT solutions to cover the transmission, to cover the internet transmission. So while at the same time, talking about a little bit of the roadmap of Kiloview, as we focus on IP, so that means we are also going to support more IP technologies. So Denti AV or SMPT 2110 is also in our roadmap. So in the future, Kiloview will bring out more products around the new technologies, and at the same time, the most important part is we will provide product solutions or tools to bridge all different technologies together to give you more flexibility. And that's exactly what Kiloview is always trying to do. And of course, when talking about the technologies we already have, like NDI, I believe definitely a lot of customers have now heard about NDI, and you all probably understand the benefits of NDI. So in the past NAB show, we can see right now NDI is everywhere. But if considering 5 years ago when I was there for the first time, quite a lot of the answers are what is NDI, but right now everyone is looking for a kind of NDI ecosystem. And for NDI, we can say probably NDI is not the best technology, but it's the best balance because of its high image quality, because of its low latency, because of its ecosystem that from NDI side, we can get quite a lot of the free NDI tools. We can always bring the videos from this to there, and especially with the release of NDI 5, actually, NDI is also possible to transmit over internet. So that gives a lot of flexibility, while also there are a lot of options from the low cost or even free ones to the professional ones. So in this industry, we can say there are quite a lot of different technologies or different products you can always put into the IP workflow. Well, also when we talk about SRT, we can see definitely SRT is quite popular, especially when we talk about the remote transmission, when we talk about the cloud-based transmission or production or management. So SRT is secure, reliable transmission. So actually, we can also get quite a lot of the benefits because it's low bandwidth, so it's perfect for over the internet transmission with low latency, and also there are quite a lot of mechanisms to make sure the connection, the anti-package loss is much better. So that's exactly currently what Kiloview are trying to focus right now. And when talking about what Kiloview can offer, so I'm going to show you the roadmap about Kiloview IP workflows or IP solutions. So in general, this is a roadmap shows what Kiloview can offer, or at the same time, I can explain with this roadmap, with this kind of products, what you can get. And also, if you choose those kind of IP products, then definitely you can get the same results if comparing with the traditional workflows. So in general, Kiloview can offer different types of the video encoders or converters to bring the traditional video from SDI or HDMI with different resolutions into IP. And for the IP here, we can support almost all the protocols that are quite common or popular on these markets in different applications. So we have different types of the H.264, H.265 encoders to convert the video from SDI, HDMI up to 4K into SRT, into RTMP, into RTSP, into NDI, into UDP, into HLS. So there are quite a lot of different options. And also we offer different products using different network. So that means either you choose the Ethernet one, you choose the wireless one, or you choose 4G or 5G bonding network, then still you can always get a kind of products solutions. So that can flexibly adapt to your workflow, either is on field or is in the kind of local network, or it should send from here to there for the remote transmission, or you want to do it for live streaming. There are quite a lot of options. While at the same time, of course, Kiloview focus on the NDI solutions as well. So there are also quite a lot of the NDI converters, and everything can be managed centralized by a kind of software system called Kiloview server, which can be either cloud-based or on-premise. So what you can do is using the Kiloview server, you can always manage all the devices. You can check the status. You can remotely manage everything. You can remotely upgrade the device. And at the same time, even you can manage the videos. So with the Kiloview server, especially if you use some of our bonding encoders directly, we can receive all the video signals sending through different channels of the network, while at the same time we can convert it to the standard IP protocols, and even we can do some kind of transcoding or cross conversion. And all those videos, even coming from the Kiloview server, can be NDI outputs. And then we have the software system like the NDI core to do the routing. We have the NDI recorder to record all the video sources. Even if it's from IP from any of the other protocols, you can also use any of our media gateway products, or you can use the Kiloview server to do the conversion, and then we can support the same function. Well, if you want to get back to your traditional workflow, but you just want to receive any of the video sources on the field, then you can also use a kind of decoder to get back to SDI or HDMI and then feed into your existing workflows. Well, of course, if you want to do any of the live production, then we also support like the vMix, like TriCaster or any of those production systems. Then you can easily follow your workflow to get the same results for live streaming, for production, for post-production or whatever. And during the whole workflow, actually, we'll also offer the solutions or products like intercom to make sure during the whole workflow, everything can be controlled, managed. And also the intercom is also based on IP. So it can always be anytime, anywhere. There's no limits for any of the space or anything. While at the same time, since everything can be run or based on IP, and easily we can use the link deck series to realize the remote control. So easily we can bring all the software systems into our link deck series of the products to preview the UI, and then using the physical buttons to do the switching. And later on, I can explain a little bit more of the details of each product. Well, here is just to give you a kind of general idea what we can offer. And specifically, if there is any kind of production or any kind of live streaming requirements, for example, if you have both the cameras outdoor or indoor video sources to coming into your production or workflow, then either you can choose any of our bonding encoders for those outdoor streaming. We can convert it back to NDI using the media gateway, and together with your inside video sources using NDI converters. And then just as previously mentioned, we can use the NDI core to do the routing. We can use our multi-view to preview all the video sources, switch between program preview. And also, if you just need to record the videos, you can use the recorder. You can also send to your production systems. And if you want to convert it to RTMP for live streaming, if you want to convert to SRT for remote transmission, then you can choose the media gateway products from Kiloview to realize the same functions. So in general, here what I would like to mention is IP currently is becoming more and more a kind of a mature technology. It's not just a single converter, or it's not just a single kind of device, but with Kiloview, we can bring everything together as an ecosystem to build your workflow to make sure you can get the same results. So with this kind of product solutions, then you can easily get into different industries for broadcast, for education, for house of worship, for sports, for enterprise, for any of your live streaming, remote transmission, or live production. So here actually, probably later we can also share you some of the case studies, but in general, you know, with the IP workflow, then there is quite a lot of applications, and using IP technologies, using the IP workflows is giving you quite a lot of more flexibility, while also can save you cost, time, energy, and investments. So when getting back to Kiloview products and the solutions, as previously Simon mentioned during the NAB show, we actually released one of the announced one of the products, the P3 5G bonding encoder. And actually with this kind of products is quite important for the contribution part, if talking about the IP workflow. Well, at the same time, I'm also going to share you some of our newly released products, including the E3, the N50, N60, N6, N5 NDI converters. So with the P3, actually this is a 5G bonding encoder that can bring up to 4 channels of 5G together with Wi-Fi and the Ethernet together, and using the Kilolink server to do the bonding. So in general, we can support at least 6 channels of the networks to support the live streaming or any of the transmission in field, to make sure you know, you can do everything anytime, anywhere. Well, you know, of course, if you choose the 5G modems, in our design is actually a kind of modular design. So you can select how many channels of 5G you want to use. Well, of course, 5G is compatible with 4G, so you can also choose 4G SIM cards into the device to do the transmission. While at the same time, you can, if currently your area is not well covered by 5G, then you can also select 4G, or you can mix each other to form your own solution. For 4G channels, currently we at least we support 4 channels, while at the same time we're trying to get more channels of support using 4G. So further we will have more details and information announced. So with this P3, actually we can support both 4K HDMI and 3G SDI inputs. So if comparing with our previous generation of the product, this one actually is greatly improved, and you can just simply choose 1 unit to cover both of the inputs. So maybe you can say you just buy 1 and you probably get 2. And this one can actually support H.265. So that means even we can save a little bit bandwidth. Well, also I think the most significant advantage if choosing Kiloview is about our Kilolink server, which is a kind of self-hosting server. So from Kiloview side, we will offer you the software, and what you just need to do is to set up the server by yourself. You can choose either the cloud-based server, for example, the AWS. So you can easily set up the server on AWS, and you can do the transmission anytime, anywhere. While at the same time, if you are considering some of the costs, considering about the reliability, considering about this safety concerns, and then you can also choose the on-premise server. So there is no subscription cost. And also based on the server, we can centralize, manage all the devices connecting to the server. We can directly check the status. We can directly do the streaming from the server to stream either NDI-HX or SRT, RTMP, or UDP from the server. So that means it's not only a kind of bonding server, but it's also a streaming server, a stream media server to provide some of the stream services. Well, also you can see with the P3, we got a kind of a display. So it's a touch screen display to show the video status, to preview the video. All the parameters will be displayed there. And even with the support of the server, probably you will need a kind of license, but we can even support the return video. And, you know, as this device is designed for outdoor streaming, so definitely we have the design for dual battery. So we can even support the hot swappable change of the battery. So if one runs out of the battery, then it will automatically switch to the backup one, and we can support the non-stop streaming. Well, of course, there are quite a lot of other functions, like we can support recording, we can support intercom, and it's a kind of backpack available for your applications in the future. So in general, the P3 actually is a kind of professional live streaming encoder to fit into different applications to support your anytime, anywhere IP solutions. And actually, currently, I know quite a lot of the customers will be curious when this product will be available. According to our current plan, this product is going to be released in July, so that will be early Q3. And currently, we have already started all the testings to make sure we are going to offer you know, stable and reliable and even more powerful products for you. And when getting back to the other, you know, the converters or encoders, we are also going to introduce the E3 dual channel 4K HDMI and the 3G SDI H.265 video encoder to you. So this one can definitely support both the SRT, NDI-HX, RTMP, and quite a lot of the protocols to fit into different purposes for either live streaming, for remote transmission, for live production, for any of the different workflows. So with the E3, it's similar like the P3, we can support both SDI and HDMI inputs simultaneously, and either you can select SDI or HDMI to do the streaming, or you can also mix the videos. I mean, then you can choose SDI and HDMI together, but you can set a kind of layout for picture-in-picture or picture-by-picture together. And if you choose either SDI or HDMI, then with the HDMI, we can support up to 4K P30. Well, if you just do the simultaneous streaming for both SDI and the HDMI at the same time is also possible, but with the HDMI resolution can only be up to 1080p. And of course, functions like, you know, the loop through, like the recording PDZ control, and also, of course, intercom and quite a lot of the basic functions, the PoE supports will all be included. And most importantly, the E3 actually is a kind of economic series of the products. So we offer very cost-effective prices. So the price is only $469 with for the US list price. But of course, in different areas, prices varies. So please do check with the local partners. And with the E3, most importantly, we have a kind of upgrade to show the display. So we're going to put a kind of display to show the status, to show the IP address, which is more, we say it's more convenient and more easy to use. Well, also we have the N60. I think previously you also noticed that is a kind of 4K HDMI bidirectional converter for both full NDI and NDI-HX, and also encoding, decoding, all in one. And of course, there are displays, there are the scroll wheels to easily manage and change any of the parameters to show the status. And even we can do quite a lot of the settings directly from the display and using the scroll wheel without logging to the web UI. So it's even more convenience. Well, also with the N60, as we are using a kind of more advanced FPGA technology here, so it can even support higher image quality with up to 4210 bits image parameters, while at the same time, it can even support the low latency streaming with NDI-HX. So just feel free to check with us for more details. And also we have the 12G SDI version, which is called M50. It's also available on these markets right now. N6 is the same series, but is for cost-effective purposes. It can support up to 1080p, 1080p 60, of course, and for both NDI and the HX encoding and decoding all in one as well. So with the N6, what we can get is, either you have the NDI sources coming from a software, from your cameras, any brand, then, or if you want to convert the IP, convert to IP, or if you want to receive the IP and get back to SDI or HDMI, then simply you can just choose the N6 without, a lot of the concerns, because we support all kinds of NDI. NDI HX2, HX3, or full NDI, simply use the single units and everything can be there. And also it's very, very cost effective. With the US list price is only $399. So it's definitely the most cost effective products and solutions you can find on these markets. And of course, the same feature as I previously introduced for E3, you can check the status, you can get, the display can also work as a tele, you can use all those USB for different purposes, for intercom, for PDZ control, etc. So, well, finishing all those contribution parts, well, also, as we mentioned, for any of the IP workflows, we need to consider about the resource management. We need to consider about the routing. So here, Kiloview also offer you some of the products and solutions like the NDI core that can centralizely control, organize, and route, and do a lot of the things for your sources. So simply we can manage all the video inputs, while also we can just route any of the video inputs to different destinations. You can create your virtual outputs. So maximum, if you choose a kind of appropriate server with our NDI core software systems, the maximum can be up to more than 60 channels of the in, and also you can get more than 100 out. So also, you can create your own playlist to combine several inputs together and automatically switch between each sources according to the time settings. So for example, you can get video source 1, and then if you want to switch to video source 2, then you can set up to 5 minutes, then you can switch to another source. So with the NDI core system, it's always easy for you to do a kind of centralized management for all the sources, to do the routing, to do the control switching, and we can easily set preset different control panels with different accessibilities for your real application. Well, of course, we have the software systems, and we also have the hardware systems. So here you can see we got the Cube X1, which is a turnkey solution for NDI routing and management. And with this one, you can support up to 16 channels of the NDI inputs and 32 channels of the NDI outputs. At the same time, we can preview all the video sources. You can select which one to send to which destination. Well, of course, you can seamlessly do the switching, and you can check the status and do quite a lot of the things based on the turnkey solutions. Well, of course, we have different network abilities to support such a big quantity of the NDI sources switching. Also, as we mentioned, the recording is also very important. So from Kiloview products and solutions, we also offer the recording products for your different applications, and it's a kind of independent recording system, so you don't need to worry about working together with any of the other products. It's dedicated for recording. We have the NDI recorder software, which can support both Windows, or we have the Mac version for your different environments. Well, with the recording system as well, if you have a kind of PC that is powerful enough, then we can support up to 20 channels of the NDI sources recording simultaneously in synchronized status. Well, also we have the Cube R1, which is a turnkey solution for reliable recording as well. So this one we can support up to 9 channels of the video recording simultaneously. We provide the SSD, which can also support host swappable functions, and also for previewing, we know it's always multi-view is always important in any of the production or streaming. So we also provide the multi-view software systems, so you can bring unlimited NDI sources in, and we have different versions for Windows and for Mac OS. Any of the video sources can be bringing, and as it's running based on kind of server products. So a lot of different users can get access to the same products. We can preview different sources. We can run different layouts according to different requirements. While also you can work with our link deck series for the switching and the management. And previously, as we mentioned, intercom. So Kiloview also offered the intercom server for your purposes of management. So we have the KS Pro, which can support unlimited terminals to get access to the system. So each of the Kiloview device, either the NDI converter or any of the encoder or decoder, can also work as a kind of terminal for this intercom. So you can easily connect to the KIS server, and then each device can talk to each other, or even you can join the conversation, join the talkback using your mobile phone or any of the PC. As long as there is a kind of browser, then everything can be supported. So it's always easy to use. And also you can have those kind of free trial for all Kiloview software systems. You can directly download from our website. Well, the product, as previously we mentioned, the link deck. So we also have different options. It's modular design. So we have the panel deck as the main unit, which can preview the software systems, the web UI, and then using the touch screen, we can directly do the switching or management. Where also we have the physical buttons to fit your different. Of course, for it will be the same thing as using the traditional ones. So you don't need to worry. You are not so familiar, or you are not so comfortable using the IP. So everything will be the same. So there are also different modules that can be connected with the main panel deck using the USB cables. So we can realize the PDZ control, we can realize the zoom control, we can realize the take functions to switch, to convert, and also to control the cameras. And also we have the KIS deck. As previously we mentioned, we got the KIS server. So directly you can use the KIS deck to control everything, to talk back and to manage. So with this series of the products, you can easily switch, control, and manage remotely for all the software systems, while at the same time for the link deck, most importantly, we can even support some of the other third-party products like vMix, and in the future we will integrate more different product supports into the system. So what we are going to do is to offer you some kind of references and also some kind of tools that you can easily integrate some of the APIs from different products, and then using the panel deck, then you can directly control, switch, you can manage different products. So in general, the link deck series of the products is a kind of the controller for different types of the products or software system, the solutions, just to make sure it's easy to control and easy to manage. And of course, as previously we mentioned, if you want to bring back all the IP workflow to SDI or HDMI, then you can always choose a D350, our video decoder, to get back to SDI or HDMI. So this one we can support up to 9 channels of different IP workflows together, and we can even preview. So it's a kind of multi-view as well. We can preview the video sources. We can output the multi-view directly through SDI or HDMI, or you can choose single outputs of the video sources, while at the same time, we can do the layouts according to your different requirements. And the protocols is all in one. It can support SRT, it can support NDI, both NDI HX and full NDI as well, and also RTMP, RTSP, HRS, UDP, RTP, whatever. So this is definitely a kind of all-in-one decoder that you can trust, and is multifunctional. So I have talked quite a lot about the products and the solutions, and last point is the case study I would like to share with you. That's actually one of the biggest projects we have done currently based on IP for our customers. So this OB-van actually is all based on NDI, and is a kind of solution we previously customized for Youku. Youku is an Alibaba group company in China, and they actually is also the top 3 online video platforms for streaming, and also they provide quite a lot of the video services. They have different studios and they have different live show programs. So before they choose the IP solutions, actually every time if they have any of the live shows, or if they want to produce anything, they always need to rent or to set up a kind of fixed studio. So and as they are the top 3 platform, so they actually have quite a lot of different requirements. So that's the reason they are thinking if they can have a kind of a mobile studio, and considering about the cost, considering about the flexibility, they just thought the traditional OB-van probably is not a best solution for them. So then they started to check the IP technologies, and then further they just realized probably NDI is the best solution, because it's quite flexible, quite cost effective, and also there is a kind of ecosystem that can support from the camera, from different kinds of the functions. There are also a lot of the tools that can support them. They can consider audio, video, and a lot of different functions to definitely fit the purposes of those kind of production, post-production, live streaming, or whatever functions in different areas. So they started talking with Kiloview, and we just thinking about the requirements. They want to realize all the video capturing, the monitoring, switching, of course, recording, and quite a lot of the functions. And most importantly, as they are doing always quite a lot of the cameras, so it's always a big show. So they need to handle up to 60 or 70 channels of the video sources maximum. So considering about all those, we helped them to figure out all the workflows, and with the Kiloview products and solutions supports, we finally did it to put everything together in a very compact OB-van. So from the design, you can see it's only 6 meters long. And of course, if you consider about the traditional workflows, if you need to handle up to 70 channels of the videos, then you can imagine how many cables you need to handle. While here in this OB-van, actually everything is nicely organized with the switchers. Everything is just putting below, and for real production, what they actually need to figure out is just to connect to one of the internet cable, and everything is there. So actually that saved them quite a lot of the cost and also a lot of energy. And every time if they want to do any of the live shows, they want to do any of the programs, it's always easy. They just drive the OB van there, connect to one cable, and just start everything. So it's quite easy, and actually is also very cost effective. So here you can see the inside design or the structures, and it's very compact. While it's the function is the same as a traditional studio. So with all the NDI converters or the 4G, 5G encoders, we can bring all the video sources in through IP, and then using the Kiloview NDI core that we can do the routing for all the video sources. We can send the video sources to different purposes. Either they want to preview, then we can send it to the multi-view software. Then for preview, they can check all the video sources. They can select which one to program. And of course, at the same time, they got the intercom systems, so the director can always manage and control everything. Well, also there is a kind of main switcher using our link deck series of the products to realize different production purposes. Well, also there are audio parts. There are quite a lot of the backup design. So everything is included in this system, and it's very easy to work with, and also the most importantly, as they mentioned, is flexible and cost effective. So that's all for my sharing for today. And of course, if you have any questions, or if you want to learn more about the details, please feel free to talk to us or talk to AdMax as our distributor in Australia and New Zealand. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Judy. That was excellent. We do have some questions, if you don't mind. I've answered a few online, so you can look at those. IPMX is a proposed 2110 codec that's coming in the future. Are you aware of any? Are you going to be incorporating this into any of the Kiloview products in the future? Do you know?
Yeah, IPMX actually, to be honest, currently is not in our roadmap. As I previously mentioned, we are checking more for the Denti AV, we're checking more for SMPT 2110. But at the same time, we in Kiloview team, we actually has a team that's always looking at new technologies and do some kind of we call pre-research for new technologies. So we keep, we always pay attention to new technologies, and then we will check if that is possible to be integrated into our existing products, or we need to develop a new product to support that. So thank you for mentioning this for us. Well, at the same time, we will also check this technology, and if we have any plans, we will definitely let you know.
Great. The P3 encoder, and I know it's it can be configured in a number of different ways with regards to what modems you put in it, 4G, 5G, how many. But do you have any rough pricing? US dollars would be fine, just ballpark.
Yes, of course. Currently, the P3, we have not released the MSRP yet, but roughly we will sell the products in different parts. For the encoder itself, without the 5G or 4G modem, the encoder itself is roughly the price will be around $1,500.
US.
Just US dollars, yes.
Yeah.
And of course, if you as the solution, is a kind of mixing by yourself, so you can choose 5G modem or 4G modem. So generally, if you choose the 5G modem, for each 5G modem, it costs about $800. Well, if you choose the 4G modems probably cost about $200, but of course you can mix, and you can, if currently you are using 4G and in the future you just need to replace one of the card or two of the cards to 5G, so it's very flexible. You don't need to replace the whole unit. So that's
and how's that done? Is that something that you can do yourself, or does it need to come back to?
Yes.
You can do it yourself. Okay.
Yeah, it's just simply you just replace the card, so it's easy. And also we will offer some kind of bundle prices. So for example, if you choose 4 channels of the 5G plus the encoder, then it's a kind of package price for you. Yeah,
and then at least if you ordered it that way, then you're you can do everything, because you can put 4G SIMs in a 5G modem. That's really good. Just a general question about all your products. Are they rated for 24/7 operation, I'm asked?
Yes, of course. This is exactly, you know, from the very beginning when we design our products, we're always considering that 24/7, you know, from the very beginning when we design that, we will consider the reliability, we'll consider about the heat dissipation issues and a lot of the details.
Andy Lyle asks, what record codecs does the R1 support? I know he's very keen to get his hands on a unit.
The R1 currently can support both NDI, full NDI, NDI-HX, different types of NDI currently. But in the future, in the long run, we probably can even support the H.264, H.265 videos inputs as well. Yeah. Okay. So I get another questions about the price on the P3, which I think we've asked. Somebody's asking whether we can order an OB truck. Yeah, of course. We, to be honest, currently we are also building some of the OB van trucks for our domestic customers, which is quite popular as well in for domestic customers. So actually, we would always welcome to communicate with you for your detailed requirements, because actually that would be a kind of customized solutions that we will need to understand what functions you want to include in the OB van, and then we can discuss about that. But that's definitely possible, to be honest. Yeah.
I don't have the answer in front of me at the moment, but do you know off the top of your head the rough prices on the X1 and the R1? I can answer that by email later, possibly. And do we plan a new NDI wireless encoder with NDI HX3?
For this series of the products, we are considering a kind of, you know, in the future, probably we can offer you a kind of maybe the wireless nodes or wireless module that you can just plug into the E3 or any of the products that can support NDI-HX. So this is definitely in our consideration in the roadmap. So we have an engineer who is actually specialized in this part. So we are doing some kind of research, and we're trying to make it easy. So it's not you know, if you sometimes need the wireless ones, you just buy that parts and then you just plug it to the existing products and they will work. So that's generally the idea. Yeah.
And the recorder, will it record 4K 60?
Yes, definitely. Yes. So, but if you choose the resolution up to 4K 60 for full NDI recording, probably cannot handle 9 channels. That's the truth. Probably only 3, 2, 3, 4. So it depends. So that's the issue. But we can support up to 4K 60. And of course, if you run some of your software systems on your laptop, it all depends on the performance of your laptop or your computer. Yeah. Okay, great. Oh, one last question. Do any of the encoders support baseband video as an input? Yes. We can put baseband into all of them. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. And SDI and HDMI, depending on which one you choose. what is the price of the vehicle? It depends. It depends. You can share with us your requirements, and we can also talk about all those details for you. So even for the vehicle itself, it has different configurations. So it depends on what kind of configuration you need, and then we can offer you some of the details.
And I imagine that we would have conversations with a local integrator to source a vehicle locally and fit it out and build an OV van the way that we normally would, But yeah, happy to liaise with you about Kiloview solutions to do that. But anything is possible.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, I'm going to answer Andy Lars' questions about the X1 and the R1 via email if I can. So I think that's all the questions. So thank you for all that information. We'll get to the rest of the questions, and this has also been recorded, so we'll get back to you in the coming days. Please contact us if we can further assist, or contact any of the Kiloview dealers if you like pricing and purchasing information, and look out for my follow-up email with the webinar recording special offer information. Thank you for your attention and good luck in the draw. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Judy.
Bye. Thank you, Simon. Bye-bye.